I have just returned from work in the private garden in Austria. What a splendid autumn we have. So welcome to a brand new episode of Tora School Online. I will work on this beautiful tree a little bit later in this video. We will start with another one. Yes, I also work on smaller and especially younger trees than I usually show in my videos. This is the example. This is the young Japanese maple. I am developing it almost from scratch, from young seedling. And now I will show you the autumn work I usually do on this kind of trees. I'm now concentrating on developing the crown, the structure of the future crown, because the branches are still very young and flexible. I can easily wire them and then bend them into the position. As you can see, I let the tree freely grow on the spots where I want the branches to grow thick. For example, this branch, the lowest one, I want it to be the thickest one, so I let these shoots freely grow during the growing season. Now I will cut it back until the first secondary branches and develop the branch from there. Before wiring, I want to address this big wound here where the original trunk was cut. So let us see in what state this wound is. The wound is now ready for yet another season, so let's wire the tree. Okay, the work done. I left the lowest branches uncut, so in order to develop them thicker even more. In upper part of the tree I cut the branches back in such way that I improve the structure of the crown, and of course I have also the tapering in mind in all spots of the tree. The tree is spotted on the wooden slab, so it's really shallow in the pot, and I want to develop, or I try to develop the nebari as good as I can. This is of course a project for the next 10 or 15 years, but it is always fun to have in the garden such projects besides the mature and serious trees. It is also fun to work on some deciduous trees for a change, so let's do them some more. This is another Japanese maple, but of course on totally different level. Let me remove the old leaves first. Now, as the leaves are cleaned off, let us look at the tree a little bit closer. This is the classical Japanese maple, field grown, imported from Japan a few years ago. The main features of this tree are of course the fantastic nebari and the tapering with a little bit of movement. The tree of course is still in full training. Initial work on this tree was done by Andrea Merigioli from nearby Trieste. Andrea is the real specialist of Japanese maple. In most cases the approach grafting technique was used, and now it's time to cut back the parts of the branches that were feeding the grafts. As in this example, where the upper shoot was bent downward and grafted onto the trunk. Since it has fused well, I can cut off the part that was supplying it. And the same goes for several other spots on the tree. Where branches were missing before, there are now new grafted ones. Now, after all the sacrifice branches are removed, I will start to build the structure of the crown. Okay, the work on this tree is more or less done, but before I do any explanation, let me perform the magic of changing the background. Yes, with a brighter background, the structure of the crown is more visible. And that was my purpose, to improve the structure of the crown on this tree. And now the explanation. The tree may look a little bit too formal at this point, but this is on purpose. When the wire will be cut off in next summer, the tree will look a little bit softer and more natural than it is looking now. Also, the branches that are looking now a little bit too thick will be thinner. They are looking too thick because of the wire on them. Probably this tree will never be wired again in such detail as it is at this point, but I really want that the structure of this tree is perfect. Maybe you noticed this branch. I let it uncut and I bent the tips upwards because I want the branch to grow thick. It is low on the trunk and I want this branch to be one of the thickest on the tree. The nebari and tapering are great. In the future, I want to improve the structure of the crown even more, meaning that I want to replace some thick branches with new thinner ones so that the silhouette will soften up. And of course, I want to repot this tree in bonsai pot. Okay, job done. Let's bring in another one. You can still support our channel with clicking the thanks button below, or you can buy some merch from our web shop. If you want to have early access to the videos, then you can become the member of this channel. Thank you for your support. Today we worked on a really young tree, then we work on the high quality material in full training, and now we will work on the most mature tree among them. This is the Oriental hornbeam, Carpinus orientalis, already in the bonsai pot with great ramification, but still a lot of room to improvement. Let's cut the wire off first. Okay, now I will cut branches a little bit back and put on the tree as minimum wire as I can, because I will replace some thick branches on the top with thinner ones. I think that the top will be wired the most. Also, the work on this tree is done. As I planned, I managed to put really a minimum amount of wire on the branches. I also made the top a little bit lighter than it was before, and I push a little bit the upper branches upwards. Now the students are coming, so let's wrap this video with this. Thanks for watching and see you all in the next one.